Stand clear of the closing doors, please. Of the closing doors, please.
It's alive!
Transfer is available.
The next and last stop is...
You're tuning in to the SubwayCreatures. You're tuning in to the
All right, there we go. Subway Mania, see what happens? You come on as a guest, you send me your shirt, I'll wear that shit. Subway Mania. Shout out to my boy Tim Han Rivera. We got an awesome show coming up here. I'm your host, Rick McGuire, joined alongside, as always, Kim Congdon. Petey D.
Yep.
What's up, guys?
I need one of them shirts. I wanted the hoodie because I went to WrestleMania and I was looking for them. I didn't see them.
Oh, that's right. You did go.
Yeah, she was crazy.
That's right. That was in New Jersey, wasn't it? This year?
I follow his gram, so I saw that they were in the parking lot.
You know what? When I met up with him and he gave me this shirt, he was like, "We never went in," but he was there to meet Bret Hart's family.
I saw he got the
yeah,
crazy.
And then they were fucking around in the parking lot, but then they left and they were like, "Shit, we should have gone in." But apparently, I mean, went.
He got the fucking. Did you see his thing? He got like Bret Hart sent him shades, autograph.
Yeah, that's
2 pairs. Crazy.
Yeah, so people love that shit,
dude.
So.
80. That was the stadium's. They broke the record for attendance capacity. It was
really
83,000 or 82,000, something crazy like that.
Damn, and that's outside too.
And it was that shit was nuts, dude.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Kimmy, how are you?
I'm good.
I had I was on Twitter, and I saw something you tweeted that I needed a little more context to.
Okay.
You tweeted something, and this might have been last week. I'm not sure of the time frame. Guys, if we could pull the tweet up, I think it said, "My aunt swears that a ghost sucked her nipple." Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Yes. Well, my aunt, she claims that she is psychic, like I do. We both claim that we're psychic. And she says that, well, this is not even part of the psychic thing, but she always has these weird stories. She'll have these weird stories where strange things happen. Like she has this story where she said, we were all going to Disney. And the night before we left for Disney, she had a dream that we were already there and we were in a hotel. And when she went to go blow dry her hair, the blow dryer sparked and then like a smoke out of the shape out of an S came out. And she said, and then the next day we were at the hotel. She told us that dream and then it happened and we all saw it happen. And it was really weird.
Oh my God.
And so
she told you that story before it happened?
Yes, and then it happened.
Okay.
And like when we were at Disney. It was fucking weird. And then, so we always believed all her weird stories. So growing up, I legitimately believed that my aunt got raped by a ghost. Because she says this is her story and she tells it like all exaggerated. She's like, I was just sitting there in my bed, right? So I was laying there. And you know when the room is so black, like it's so black that, but you can start seeing things if you look for too long. She was like, there was one corner. I remember this is how she said. She was like, there's one corner, and I was laying with Johnny next to me, and one corner looked blacker than the rest of the room, and it was freaking weird. So I kept watching it, and it came closer and closer and closer. And right when it was above me, I went to go wake Johnny up, and it jumped on my chest and went.
Yo, the ghost was hungry.
And she says a ghost sucked her nipple, and that's what I have for the story.
That's not really. Because that was a little. Nipple suck is not a rape.
Is a nipple suck a rape? I guess if you don't want it.
I guess. Some say.
Some would say.
Some would say.
It's a spectrum like autism. It's a rape spectrum.
At the very least, it's assault.
Yeah.
But ghosts don't even got lips. So it was like there was just
this one.
He was sucking with his soul.
This one had lips. Clearly had lips.
So what she said? Did she like it though?
No, well, she jokes and says, yeah, she likes it now. Now it's like a big joke, but she still swears that a ghost sucked her nipple. I could call her and ask her about it.
I just picture her sleeping with like one titty out, like just in case somebody gets hungry. comes back.
Yeah, a ghost sucked her titty.
That's crazy.
And never heard from the ghost again.
Never. And then
It
he
was a one and
ghosted her.
Ghosted her. Where was this at?
This was in her house.
Oh, like where?
In Florida.
True. It's the heat.
Oh,
That heat.
oh,
There
the
goes that
Florida.
heat. She drink?
Yeah.
Yeah, see that heat and drinking? That's
Yeah,
the humidity.
Petey's putting the pieces together over
He's like,
here.
I've known girls that feel a titty suck when it's not happening.
Yeah.
That was just sweat.
Oh, man.
See, a sweat bead. You thought that was a tongue graze. That was
Yeah, what about the shadow that crept over her?
You know how you get drunk and you start seeing shit. You're like, who's there? Oh, that's just nothing.
Oh, man.
Have you ever gotten so drunk you thought you were getting your dick sucked?
Yeah, probably. That's why I probably peed myself in the bed. I was like, yeah, my dick's like it was letting it go.
I love how he says probably. He knows goddamn well that shit happened.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I peed the bed once, yo. That shit was foul.
I
was
peed
with
the
a
bed
shorty.
once. Oh, you were with a girl.
And the best part is when you both getting fucked up and you wake up like, yo, who did it? And
Oh, shit.
I'm like, I don't know. My dick is dry. It couldn't have been me.
Whoa.
And it was one of them Tempur-Pedics, too.
No, was it her bed or yours?
Her bed.
Ah, that's the worst.
That's hilarious.
That's the worst.
Fun times.
You
I
gotta
had
start
a-
playing detective. Who done it?
That shit was weird, yo.
In college, I moved in with a girl. She was like really quiet and shy, and we went out drinking one night. And she got plastered, and I woke up at like 4 a.m. and she was in my room, and I saw her walk in. And I was like, "What are you doing?" And she just walked over to my dresser. She opened the third dresser from the bottom with all my shorts in it, pulled down her pants, sat in the dresser, peed on all of my clothes, and then closed it and went back to bed.
I've
so
heard
drunk.
of people do this
Yeah,
before.
I
Yeah.
had a college roommate who I thought he was awake. He walked right into the kitchen, same thing, pulled his pants down, pissed into the garbage can, and then walked right back to bed and doesn't remember doing it at all to
Yeah.
this day. So I assume he just must have been sleepwalking or something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My roommate, it was really awkward because we barely knew each other. And the next day I was like, hey, last
You
night
got some laundry to do.
Yeah, I was like, last night you came and peed in my dresser. And she was like, no. Like, she was so quiet. It was just so out of character for someone like her. And even knowing her now, it's just not her. And I was like, no, you came in my room. She was like, this is someone who wouldn't even say the word pee in public, I'm sure.
Oh,
So it was like bad for them.
Yeah, I already have a picture painted in my head of what this person looks
Yeah.
like. Yeah. I guess that's a thing. I don't know.
It happens. Fuck it. But yeah, a ghost sucked on my aunt's nipples.
Yeah. Well, that's a great story to tell, though. Because, I feel like some people might have seen that tweet and just been like, oh, she's just playing along. But I know you too well to know that there's no story behind that. There is absolutely more context I needed to that.
Yeah.
So,
And then the aunt, like you said, she was already mystic with the fucking blow dryer shit. So now it's like she said, go suck the nipple.
It's
Yeah.
like, you have my,
you're going to have to keep us updated with that aunt because there's definitely more coming. I just...
Because ghosts be
Ghosts
gossiping.
ghosts don't just lick nipples and then say I'm done.
You know they be gossiping.
That ghost ain't done yet.
he got a taste. He's up in that corner every night just ghost jerking off at her. She feels a breeze. It's him coming.
Sometimes you just need to taste. You don't even have to taste it again. For the memory.
He licked it and quit it.
All right, guys, it's been a fucking really weird week in the news.
Yeah.
So we have a couple stories we have to cover before we get to our interview, which I'm also looking forward to. The first one. Now, this sounds like a story straight out of West Virginia, but it actually happened in Nebraska. A man...
the same shit.
No, dude, there's definitely... I see what you're saying, but there's definitely a fucking difference. A man had a baby with his mother using his sister's eggs.
Hold on.
Think about that, dude. Think about.
Hold on. Say
what
that again.
in
Slow
the
it down.
fucking...
A man had a baby with his mother using his sister's eggs. So the dude was gay, and his partner gave his sperm to the mother. They made the mom just carried the baby, but it was the son's.
But it used the
kid.
sister's eggs
And
because the
using the
sister didn't want to
sister's
give
eggs.
birth, I'm sure. But she was like, I'll give you an egg, but I'm not getting pregnant. And the mom was like, I'll hold it, but you don't want these fucking crusty, dried up eggs. And they're
So you
like,
got
you
it.
know
All
what?
right.
We're going to work something
So
out.
you got
That's
that.
pretty dope.
The mom's 61 years old. You can't necessarily have a normal pregnancy at 61.
Seems like it's the easier time to have a pregnancy.
Yeah?
I'm busy.
I mean, I see what you're saying with that, but I'm just
Yeah,
saying health-wise, I feel like usually it doesn't work that way. But I think in these circumstances with like the way they did the whole pregnancy, but just think about
These
how-
mothers will do
think
anything
about
to
that
get
kid when they're
grandchildren.
born. Think about when that kid's born. How does that work? Is it my grandma is my mom or is the sister the mom?
This is in Nebraska.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just gonna keep that a secret.
My dad's is my.
That's one of the movies where you like 15, 20, you like, what? You find out, so you listen to the podcast.
He's like, my dad is my mom. My grandma is my mom, and my sister is my mom, and
my dad's my uncle?
my mom.
And my other dad's my dad, and
this kid, man,
They're all
is
his
gonna
moms.
get bullied. He's just gonna get bullied.
well, I feel like no one will know. It's honestly it's the two dads' kid, and that's his parents. And his grandma carried him with the sister's eggs. So technically the sister's the mom.
But some kids is gonna know that his dad is gay, and then he's gonna be like, "But wait a minute, why you got the same face, yo?" And then you know what I'm saying. Then the truth come to the light, as some would say. Then they're like, "Oh, you was fucking your eggs, your mom, your grandmother face, what?" And your sis, your aunt.
Whoa.
Yeah, he'd probably get
I mean, it's a
bullied.
lot. But
Imagine sitting that kid down and trying to explain that to him or her. I don't
yeah,
even
you have
know
to
if it
wait
was
a
boy or
while
girl.
at that point.
They're gonna do drugs.
Yeah, well, they're also in Nebraska, so
So they're going to do
Max,
drugs
they're gonna
regardless
do-
if they're.
Yeah, that would have been a thing.
Yeah, they're just going to do drugs.
And corn liquor.
Nebraska? What the fuck's in Nebraska?
Drinking
Can you
corn.
Google the funnest thing to do in Nebraska?
Husk corn? The corn huskers.
I'm dying to see what this is.
You know about husking corn?
Husking corn?
I don't know the way
That's
you're
when you
saying
husk
it,
that shit.
Well, I know what it is.
Yeah.
You were saying it like it was a person.
Yeah,
I'm
we
like,
didn't
who's
sit around
husking?
husking corn growing up. I mean, I'm not from there.
Yeah, we was shucking clams and husking corn.
Literally, the number one rated thing in Nebraska is an aquarium. One aquarium.
Those poor guys. It's poor people.
Or you can go, the number two thing is a market.
There's a market.
But you know how good the fucking must be in Nebraska?
You can go to the Rock Museum
Why do you think there's good fucking in Nebraska?
because there's
What
nothing
else
to
you gonna
do.
It's like, yo, you want to go to the zoo or just let's be animals naked? Fuck it.
I'm not lying. That line would work on me. I'd be like, well, call me a tiger bitch because
Tiger style.
that would work on me. It did. Let's go, Petey.
Tiger
Leave.
style. You ever seen tigers fucking? I feel like they don't
What?
fuck for long.
I feel like tigers fuck like sensually. I don't know why, but I feel like it looks like a beautiful porno.
Oh,
on
no,
tigers.
it's just a...
Yeah, I love when I see those animals, two pumps and nut. Yeah.
Oh
No.
man!
And then it's like off.
Yo, you ever seen
like
a
off.
lion nut? When they come, they be sounding like a little bitch. They be like,
Legs fucking shaking and shit.
they all ferocious till
Have
they
you ever
come.
seen a gorilla have sex? They look like people.
Oh, yeah, they
I mean,
yeah,
They
they're
like
from-
69 and shit
that-
at the
that's
zoo
our-
in front
They
of
invented
kids.
the game, son.
I'm telling you, it's like an
They did.
issue.
Those are our
They like
ancestors
show
right
out.
there.
They finger each
Yeah.
other and just stare at the zoo kids watching. Like they like are like, oh yeah, you want to keep me in here? Watch what your kid's gonna see. And right there at the other side of the glass is that little therapy boy. His parents are like, let's get you away from all this therapy and get you into a zoo.
That shit, you ever been to the Bronx Zoo with the gorilla enclosure?
Yes.
And then, but that would be, I just pictured like a gorilla coming by and slapping a gorilla titty in front of a kid. And just like, but running by, like he don't even stop.
Can we see gorillas 69ing, please?
Oh yeah. That's
Those videos are everywhere.
I can't
For
believe
real?
I
I've
have to
never
ask
seen
for
one.
this.
Oh, right? Yeah, they're
You know I
everywhere.
want it.
They're
Damn,
everywhere.
yo, gorillas got big dicks.
Gorillas?
Or that horse dicks is the
Horse.
biggest dicks.
Horse
ever.
dicks. There's girls that do porns with horses.
I was talking about that on stage
Yeah.
last night.
Really?
Oh,
It's fucked
bestiality?
up.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, that shit. You know, we all watched it.
Wait, I'm glad you said that because I've been called out for watching bestiality when I never did, but it was just because I was white. But
Well,
so
you
I'm
know-
glad you brought that up.
The last time I was here, I found out there was not a gerbil in Richard Gere's ass. I was thinking about that earlier today, and I'm like,
Was
damn.
that- did you incorporate that in?
No. I just randomly was walking down the street today, and I was like, gosh, that never fucking happened.
Did
Like,
it happen?
no, I remember like
No,
listening
remember
to
we
comedians.
talked about that on the show. Richard Gere with the gerbil in the ass,
Yeah,
and we
I
had
thought
to
he
prove
did
it
have
false.
it.
We had to prove it
Oh,
false.
it was false.
But think about how
It's one of those urban myths.
where it's just perpetuated.
Yeah. Well, look at us. We were talking about it as if it were real until
I was like, you
producers-
don't know about Richie Gere the Gerbil. I was like, yo, false.
And I bought it, hook, line, and sinker, and then our producers
Oh
had
yeah,
to pull it up.
the story was that he like let it in, so it had to go up further.
Just nibbling.
Ew.
Oh shit, here we go. Ooh, niggas are freaks.
Look at these. Look at them.
Oh shit.
Look
that's
at
fine.
them.
Ah, get it.
What?
Get it.
That looks like me and Lewis.
Get it. Get it. Oh, look at the face. Oh.
Look
at the toe.
That is so. Look at the butt hump in the
look
mouth.
look at the hand toes moving.
This is sexy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like,
But that's not really a 69. That's like a
oh my god,
What
that's
do
a
you mean
69.
that's not a
because it ain't
I've
in his
never
mouth.
seen anything more 69.
Hold on, who got the dick though?
Who cares? Love is love.
But it's really on the chin. It ain't doing nothing.
It's doing
Oh,
something.
son, that's gorilla pussy. Look at that
Yeah,
shit.
that's
that
gorilla
shit
pussy.
big as fuck, son.
I think that's a butthole, and
Yo.
he's got his chin on the.
Whatever it is, that shit is big.
And she's
son.
going to town with the dick.
Yeah,
this
get
is
that
wrong.
Shit. Get that shit. Imagine if he slapped her ass or he spread her cheeks. That should be fire.
It's fucking wild. Can you also? I'm sorry. This is the last thing I'll ask you to Google. Can you Google hot gorilla? There's this really hot gorilla that went viral, and like legitimately, I had feelings for
You
him.
wear sunglasses?
So
Wait, you're fucking with me right now.
no.
Hot gorilla.
There's a hot gorilla.
There's a hot gorilla that went viral because like people at the zoo were like, he's really hot, and then I looked it up and I was like, oh my god.
Wait,
fuck?
I was like,
gotta see
hello,
this.
King Kong.
That shit crazy, yo.
I mean, I don't want to see it, but I feel like I have to at this point.
I mean,
a hot gorilla.
yeah,
That
sexy gorilla. There he is. Look how, bro.
He just
Look at him.
he just know how to
posing.
pose. He
He's
just know how to
posing.
pose.
He knows.
St. Louis gorilla. Yeah, that's him. No,
he's
that's not
flexing.
him. I know his face.
He was flexing just now.
Wow.
That look, no. That yeah, no. Go two to the left of that one. That left of the smiley one. That one. I mean,
Yeah, you see me out
Hello.
here, girl. Put a Yankee fitted on him. And he's
hello.
ready to
Go
hit the
down.
block.
Can you go down a little?
Put a
Let's see.
Yankee fitted on him.
Oh
He's ready to
my
hit
Throw
the
some
block.
Tims, throw
God.
some Tims on.
Oh, the one. Yes, that one.
That
to the
kid-
right.
that-
To the right. To the right.
That's almost like someone. set that up.
Hello. Hi, Daddy.
Yo, why his hair look extra groomed like that? What is
Because
this?
he's a fucking king. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Yo, look at
Damn,
his
listen to
knees,
Kim
man.
over here.
I would
just
lay my
dripping on her
life down
seat.
for
Yeah, you
gorilla.
Damn. God,
Shanabi.
listen to you.
What?
Shabani. And he got a fly name. Yo, Shabani? You know how many
Shabani.
bitches Shabani fucks?
Bro, I fuck Shabani.
Shabani be getting 69s, but he don't do no work.
Oh my god.
You ever just fool the short, you be going 69, but you just be chilling out?
Oh my god.
Be like,
Look at him. Look at Shabani.
My man Shaban.
He's
Shaban
hot.
Bro, look
Alex,
at that pose. Look
he's
at the
hot.
pose on the right. Come on.
Yeah.
He looks really good.
Shabani got the pussies like,
Damn. And you know, he looks
Shabani.
like he's like kind of mean to you, like he fucks you and then just walks away to a leaf.
of course.
He just fucking goes and
He
eats a
probably
leaf
hit his
somewhere.
chest a couple times, a couple doo-dooks.
Oh yeah, he's
my
a king.
God.
I will let him hit. No
Damn.
birth control.
Well, as long as we're on the topic of animals, Kim, I want to ask you because
Kim,
this
stop
is
talking. You're an animal.
this is of course Florida.
Yeah.
There was a story of a man who was killed by a bird. Only it's not just like an accident. The bird was out to kill him, and it happened.
Can I tell you? This is awkward for me.
Why? What is up with Florida? What the fuck is up with Florida? We need to have, you know how your segment that we gave you at the end of the show, which is who pissed off what or what pissed off who?
Yes.
We need to somehow incorporate like what's in the news in Florida today. Like,
Hell yeah.
there is so much weird.
There will
shit
always
going
be
on.
material. That's
Oh,
for sure.
it'll be endless.
Yeah.
I mean, we did the Florida Challenge. That's a real thing.
Yeah.
So, you know, all right. So, why is this weird for you?
Well, it's awkward because the morning that this story came out, I had tweeted without even hearing the story. Psychic.
There it is.
I had tweeted, I hate a bitch. I can't stand a bitch that's scared of birds. Because I was in the subway system and a pigeon flew by and a girl was like, oh my God, I will literally like freak out. And I was like, I hate people that are like, I'm so scared of birds when they fly by. It's like, grow up, bitch.
And then this happens.
And then 20 minutes later, it's like, Florida man killed by bird.
Yeah, so this isn't just any bird, though.
No.
This is something called, I don't even know how you say this, a cassowary,
Yeah.
which
yeah.
this thing looks like a fucking turkey fucked an ostrich or like an emu or something.
Quite
And a peacock was in
literally,
the threesome too.
Yeah.
Literally, I'm from Florida. I've seen so many of those. I've always thought they were peacocks.
I mean, this is...
I think they're just peacocks.
So they call this the most dangerous bird in the world.
What? Who knew?
Well, I guess
I
it
used
has.
to fucking ride those things to school.
For real.
So the it's considered a class 2 wildlife. I had to look up what the hell that meant because I don't know what the fuck.
It's a
that
minority.
The animals that are in the animals that are in a class 2 wildlife are alligators, honey badgers, and leopards.
Told you.
So this thing is just as fucking dangerous.
Wow, that's wild.
Yo, I will fuck one of those up, son. If I ever seen one staring at me wrong.
They can run fast as hell.
I don't got who's running.
They got these.
Who's running?
Who's running, yo?
Claws.
I'm standing my ground, yo.
Wow.
Standing my ground. Bing bang.
Bing
Take him
bang.
down. Bing bang bang bing. The beak all twisted up like Daffy Duck's in the back of his head.
Whoa.
That's how I would have did him. I'd have
That
slapped
bird's
him.
not gonna fuck with you. That's for sure.
True.
Well,
Especially
I'm
knows.
curious how this dude went out. Like, what did this thing do?
like a sucker. That's how he went out.
Just came over and shanked him with his fucking claw.
I hope he didn't have any sons.
Do they fly?
I don't.
It's like, what happened to
I
your?
don't think
Hey,
so.
Mikey, I'm so sorry about your dad. What happened?
Cassowary.
He got killed by a bird.
Yo, this dude had to be an old guy though. What is it?
No, he was 77.
Yeah,
so he
of
was.
course.
Oh, okay.
Fucking a pigeon could have killed him. A pigeon would have shitted on his head from the right altitude. Fucking that
Doing.
dude's dead.
Yeah, I mean,
He got a
what
soft
can you
head,
say?
man. And you got soft when you old. You got a soft ass head.
It's like a newborn's head. Mm-hmm. It's got a soft spot.
Twice
but
a
it's-
child, once
except
an
it's all
adult.
bruised
Oh,
up.
always.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So I don't know. We'll have to figure it out how we're gonna do it. But maybe we need to do. We'll name it something like what happened in Florida this week or something. But as long as stories like this just keep happening, we have endless content.
I don't know if it's gonna happen. Florida's been really working on itself lately, so
Really?
Not
I don't
sure.
know.
Yeah.
That humidity, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Well, we tackled that topic a couple weeks ago, and I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Definitely the heat mixed with drugs,
And then
has a
that-
lot to do with the news coming out of Florida.
Drugs.
Yeah, let's I want to get to this interview because we got Matt Chavez coming in. He runs Subway Therapy, and I think he actually just started something new based off of that, which we can get into and talk about. But from what I understand, he has a couple of good stories for us, so this should be a fun interview. So let's get into that now. All right, we are in the studio here with Subway Therapy creator Matt Chavez. Thank you so much for coming in, sir.
It's nice to be here.
Absolutely. Now, I just want to let the audience know what Subway Therapy is.
Sure. So, Subway Therapy started in early 2016. I dressed up in a suit, and I brought a certificate of achievement from the dollar store and some wall art. And I just did therapy sessions with anybody that wanted to sit down and get something off their chest.
That sounds awesome, but also could potentially be horrifying.
It was, I had a really good time doing it, and I talked to all kinds of people that didn't have anybody else to talk to. So homeless people and crazy people and business people, basically anybody that was walking by, which was really cool. And it was never that scary, but definitely there were some times where I didn't think I was exactly safe.
Well, what are your qualifications? Is this something where like you actually can speak on, or is it just kind of like people just letting everything off?
What
their
are
chest?
anyone's qualifications?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
did you go to school for this, or are you just
I think
winging it?
I think Kim's right that anybody can be a good friend and listen. And
Oh, of
your
course,
best
yeah.
friend's telling you some secret that they have, and then it makes you feel good, and then that's great. And they don't have any qualifications. But I did go to school for creative arts. I was really interested in creativity and why people do all the weird stuff that they do to be expressive. And then I always had a really strong interest in psychology, like why people think the way they do, why they do what they do. And I worked in education for a while, so I have a lot of experience in different fields related to like conflict management and things like that, but
Okay, I guess
nothing
that's-
like
I guess that's what
actual
I guess
therapy
what I
related.
Yeah, and I guess that's kind of what I meant because I was also wondering, are you giving people advice? Are you kind of telling them how to deal with shit? Like that's what I meant when I said qualifications, or is it more just you like being a good listener?
I think it's about being a good listener more than it is about giving advice.
of
Because if
course.
people want advice, I'm happy to give it to them. But I always tell them that I'm not a real therapist and I'm not going to give them good advice. Probably, I'm just going to give them advice I can give.
I'm assuming you listen and then you just give empathy. No, you laugh at them.
No, I laugh at them.
Like, yo, that's fucked up, yo.
Exactly. Yeah, like there's this one guy.
Your father left? Damn, son, that's foul. I think your trainer's coming.
Yeah. There's this one guy that was like, I cheat on my girlfriend all the time. And I'm like, well, you're a big piece of shit, and I want you to know that. But also, like, let's talk about it. And we were laughing, and it was fine.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you actually loved hearing, not you just agreeing with everything, actually a little bit of feedback. We were talking on a past episode, and maybe you know this person. There's a young kid who actually was doing something very similar at one point, setting up a therapy table in the subway.
Yeah, it was...
I don't remember his name, but I actually reached out because I thought it would be fun to get him in here and kind of psychoanalyze us and have us, have a little therapy session.
Yeah.
And his parents responded and they said, absolutely not. They go, he no longer does this and has been traumatized by the things that people were telling him.
Well, they shouldn't have had their child listening to adult problems in the first place.
I'm sitting here saying what Kim's saying. I was like, that is a huge problem for the parents. Like, why would you ever let your son set up in the subway and have people tell him?
But if you
their
still
problems?
are, can you have him on?
Yeah. I'll tell you though.
We really need to have a
kid,
son.
I'm sure that kid grew up fast.
He's an emotional advice kid.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, there you go.
And I saw that, and it was actually right around the same
there you go.
time.
We got a picture of him. The New York Post, I guess, did a story on him.
So this is actually all right about the same time. I did a project with sticky notes after the election in 2016 that went super viral, and that's why you know about me, and that's why other people know about Subway.
And that's where
therapy.
this all took an evolution.
Yeah,
it all evolved into this now.
I wanted to reach more people by putting sticky notes out and letting people write something, and it made the project explode because way more people could participate. If I sit out for like 4 hours, I only talk to 10 or 15 people because people are talking to me for like 15 or 20 minutes.
Well, this was also a very sensitive time for a lot of people as well. You said this was right after the election, the most recent election?
In 2016 when Trump was elected.
Okay. And this is New York City.
New York City.
So you can
people
imagine.
had a lot to write.
Right.
People were saying fuck Trump. People were saying let's stand together. People were being there for each other, which is what New York does. And it was great. And then like 50,000 people wrote on notes, including the governor of New York.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Cuomo came and wrote a note at Union Square. And so that was super wild. But, I've been doing this for about 3 years, and I have some experience working with students with autism and doing conflict management and things like that. But coming back to the emotional advice kid, I can't imagine being an 11-year-old kid listening to New York people's problems.
No.
That kid's going to grow up into emotionally disturbed man.
Yeah.
Not surprised.
He already is. Can we pull up the picture of him again?
Yeah,
the picture of him on this page right here is how he looks at his ceiling at night now. That's just what he looks like now. He just fucking is scarred. Could you imagine? And then also imagine the piece of shit people that like sit down and like don't have the
wherewithal
to like censor yourself, even if this kid's giving emotional advice, like to not be like, yeah, well, I caught my boyfriend fingering someone else, right? And it's like, whoa,
what does that mean?
Yeah. Can you describe what does it mean?
Maybe if you well, maybe he shouldn't stick his middle finger at you.
Mommy, I want to go home. I want to go home.
It's like,
I don't want to do this anymore.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like I said before, that kid grew up very fast, and I'm not surprised that he's not doing that anymore.
He knows what the shocker is now because of this.
Yeah, he's now a sex ed teacher. What is the so going back to what you're doing? I think we actually have a video of like you setting up. Because this isn't as simple as what people may think it is. There's a lot of work that goes into this as well. This is a full day event, right?
Yeah, usually I'll go out. It takes me about an hour to set up sometimes, but I'm trying to streamline it to make it easier for me to do.
Oh,
there
wow.
it is.
So we got a time lapse here of you setting up.
I got my Silence is Subway therapy. I'll usually ask a question. This is for leading up to the International Day of Happiness. I get to travel now every once in a while, an organization will reach out to me and say like, "Hey, will you come and do a thing?" So this is what it looks like when I'm setting up, and that took me probably 20 minutes to put up.
Not bad.
But I take them down every day and I put them back up because
The same ones.
Well, yeah, whatever people wrote the day before.
Whoa.
I'll
How
put
you
back
keep
up.
the adhesive?
I
adhesive?
know.
How do you
Honestly,
keep it adhesive?
This is the real secret.
I've been hoping 3M will sponsor me because I Post-its are the best. They're amazing. I don't know how they stick. They just stay stuck. They were up at Union Square after the election for an entire month.
Wow.
Wow, that's
And
really
a lot of them
impressive.
stayed there. People were like swiping them off. There was this one guy that would
Haters.
walk by with his shoulder up against the wall, and I was
he
there.
was purposely dragging his shoulder on the wall.
I could hear this noise that I'd never heard before. I was like, what the fuck is that noise? And I turned around and there was a guy that was just shoulder checking the wall across like 70 feet of wall just covered in sticky notes, knocking down like thousands of them.
Now, I'm glad you brought that up, the whole 70 feet thing, because these people are covering... What kind of distance are we talking about? Because this isn't just like one little section of wall.
Yeah.
This is like an entire subway hallway.
Yeah, so I don't know if people listening know about 14th Street, 6th Avenue, but it's the transfer tunnel between
Which
the
is
1, 2,
very
3, and the
long.
L train. Yeah, it's super long. It literally takes
We
more
have a
than a
picture
minute.
we have a picture. Yeah, so you can see
this tunnel.
Oh, okay.
So-
I know what tunnel that is.
So after the election, one of the biggest installations was here, and I was there all the time. And we had sticky notes like this all the way down the entire tunnel. It was like
Wow.
a minute and a half of walking.
That's really impressive.
I seen you one time, and I was like, "Yo, well, get the fuck out of my way."
Yeah,
all right.
And that's
And-
fine too.
I
And
was
then he
just-
dragged his shoulder against the wall.
Like,
He's like, fuck these sticky notes.
I was just going to
Stick your
ask
shit, nigga.
the next thing I was going to ask is does the MTA or the NYPD have a problem with the kind of traffic that you're causing at some of these pinch points?
Luckily, that tunnel, the 14th Street 6th Avenue tunnel, I almost don't want to say it out loud because then I'm gonna like get boned next time. But in that tunnel, it seems to be kind of a golden area for street performers, for people that are posting up their art. It's a good.
There's a
spot
lot of foot traffic
because there's a
going through there.
lot of foot traffic, and then there's also these metal guardrails around the doors where the MTA employees have to go in. So they act as physical barriers. And as long as I'm within that area, it's like there's sort of these sections where you can do something
Got it.
inside of it. It's
You're
really nice.
basically saying it's hard to get in trouble because it's like too much work to get to that area.
Actually, that area is super hard to get to. If
Nobody
you're
wants to
coming-
walk up that fucking ramp.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
you
like,
know
it's
the area,
insane.
Your
yeah.
fucking shrublands be burning.
Yeah.
I like that shit sometimes. You ever just try to outwalk everybody going up the hill? Like the fuck out of here.
I'm like
yeah.
that. I'm the guy that's doing two stairs at a time coming up the subway.
Don't you hate it when it's just someone just ruins your day by making you miss a train just by like you go this way and then they go this way a
Yeah.
little and then you go
That's
this way.
why you
and
gotta-
then that 2 seconds was the reason.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's why you gotta be quick on your toes. You have a spin moved in the subway, pivot, you stick that foot, pivot. Now
Oh,
you just
shit.
around them. I treat this shit like the combines, bro. When I'm in this, when it's crowded, I'm like this. Son. I'll be using people to block. I'm like, all right, it's gonna clear up after this wide back motherfucker.
That's
You gotta
true.
be ahead. But you're short too, though, so you can't really like see
Well,
over
sometimes-
people.
Sometimes I use people the way this is so fucked up. The way I used to use ambulances in traffic is like when someone's fast is going through, you stand right behind them so they clear the traffic for you.
That's it.
That's it.
We've all
You
been
need
there.
a body blocker.
Yeah. So correct me if I'm wrong, but you also, and I know you kind of mentioned this already, you take these down
Yeah.
every night.
Yeah.
So do you save every Post-it?
Yeah, I save a lot of them. They're now collected by a handful of museums. The New York Historical Society has like 6,000. The Museum of the City of New York has a bunch. There's going to be an exhibit at the end of this month on April 30th at the New York Transit Museum. They collected a bunch of notes recently.
crazy.
So I take them all down, and I have about 30,000 notes in a mini storage in Queens.
I was going to ask if you, at this point, have them in storage because it just sounds like, did you just save these in like bank boxes? Or?
Yeah, they're just in bank boxes. I think they're important. I want to save them.
No,
And,
100% they
you know,
are, yeah.
they're like voices of New Yorkers, and so I think they're super dope.
Yo, you know
they're
how
funny
many
and-
OCD people probably hate you because they like, I've been putting Post-its up in my apartment for years, and nobody at no museums ever called me.
cares about me.
But it's like that thing of utilizing something that everybody utilizes every fucking
That's what I'm
day
saying,
and
exactly.
making it work for you. That shit's
Right.
amazing. Hell yeah.
And fortunately, because not only is this a great thing, but I totally agree with, you know, most of these, if not all, belong in a museum or something like that. But
Sure.
You actually got multiple book deal out of this.
Yeah. So after the election, it was so viral. I think there was just a lot of people who were negative at that time, and a lot of news outlets were looking for something interesting to pick up after the election, and that's actually it's the book that came out in October in 2017, and that has a lot of the notes from the time after the election. And you can see my name. My name is Matthew Chavez, but I go by Levy when I'm doing Subway therapy. Because when I first started doing it, my aunt was like, don't use a real name. It's New York. She's been living here for 30 years. And I was like, that's probably a good idea, I guess. Because she's like, you don't want to stalk her, or whatever. But now I'm like in public.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
well,
yeah,
that's the other part is now you're kind of the face of this.
That's fire.
Yeah, I like wish I was more of a face of it. Like National Geographic posted a picture online of Subway therapy while it was happening, and they didn't like
You
put
could
the
sue
name or
him for
tag
that.
me or anything
You
like
could
that.
sue him. You should
Yeah, I
sue
mean-
him.
National
There's like, what-
Geographic, you fucking cucks.
Sue the hippopotamuses.
I
bruh.
love National Geographic.
No, fuck
but
them.
Like, it'd be cool if they
You know
like.
how many African titties we seen back in the day? That's the only place you was getting raw ashy titties back in the day. National
Ashy
Geographic.
titties.
That's probably the
baby.
first titties I ever saw.
Right? Big old
Once I
nipples.
was-
too.
You would check them out at the
teenagers.
library at school, and the teacher would be like, "Why are you checking this out?" You're like, "For art," and then they'd be like,
Because I love
"All right."
history.
Yeah,
Big old.
I remember we'd have to lie. We'd get like those paintings with the like dicks in them. Those books, and we're like, "We're doing it for art," and we'd all just run in the playground and just stare at the dicks
Part of the culture.
until the whistle blew. and
Yo,
we're
you
like,
were like the first. You like the analog Twitter, bruh.
Yeah, it's like
Yes.
that.
Fuck is
for
your
sure.
right?
Yes,
and
that
shit.
reminds me of a post we had, but that is exactly what it is. It sounds like such a simple idea that I can't believe it took this long for it to come out. But again, it's one of those that when it came out, you're like, God damn, this is so genius.
Yeah, a lot of people were really into it. Like it was in the New York Times and the Guardian. Like basically every outlet in the U.S. picked it up after the election. And I don't know. To me, I've been using sticky notes. My mom's a teacher, and so I've been doing like sticky note stuff forever. So it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was just that day that I went out. I was like, all right, if I go and do Subway therapy with no sticky notes, people are gonna think I'm like making fun of them because people are actually really upset today. And so
You'd be like, yo, did you remember what I just told you?
they'd be like, Trump got elected yesterday. I'm fucking pissed. And then you know, I talked to like 5 people that want to talk to me for an hour, and then I'm done.
Right.
So
You
like
ever-
sticky notes.
You getting
seem
sponsored
super
yet
easy.
by Post-it?
No, not yet. It'd
How
be
are
cool.
they-
So
this
you
weird.
have
such a
Post-its in a
fucking-
museum. You have to get sponsored. by
Yeah.
them.
How are they not sponsoring this yet? That's a home run for them.
3M, if you're hearing this, I will sing
you
your
know they
praises.
listening to
You
I'll
even know
sing
them
your
by their
praises.
first name. I just know them as Mr. and Mrs. Post-it.
Is that the competitor? Is 3M the competitor?
No, it's their umbrella company. They
okay.
actually
Scotch.
Yeah, Scotch. They own command hooks, like command
Well, if
strips.
you're also
Gorilla
a
Glue.
competitor, now's your chance to swoop in because
Yeah.
Post-it's really missing out here.
Gorilla
Staples.
Glue holla.
Or I guess,
Yeah, Gorilla Glue.
I guess they're
Gorilla
not
Notes.
missing out because we're
Gorilla
still
Notes.
talking
Gorilla
about
Notes.
it. You know, we're
It's
still
also
talking.
No,
who's
yeah, yeah.
Post-its competitor.
No, they don't have a
That's
competitor.
exactly what I'm
they
talking
make
about,
the best
yeah.
sticky notes.
They're
so
the
not gonna-
daddies of the notes.
For sure. For
They
sure.
was the first one passing notes in class.
Hell yeah.
All right, Matt. I want to get into some of these.
All right,
some of these
I brought
Post-its.
something special for you guys because
boy.
I do different projects. I do some stuff with telephones where people can call in and tell their secret or something like that. And then also I do I just started last weekend #sticky note secrets. So I have a bunch of sticky notes that I brought for you guys. You can check them out if you want
Oh
to.
boy.
I think-
Holy shit.
I think we
I'll
might
send
have to
some.
read. We won't out anyone as there's no names attached.
There's no
to these
names. They're all
anyway.
anonymous. But I go into the subway and I set up like I did earlier. But, you know, it looks like this when you take them down. I have like just stacks
think
and
Petey
stacks.
got a
Yo,
good
the
one.
first
These are all
one was
written.
the fucking gangsterist, and I could tell it's
Petey
like
got a good one.
This is a young kid. I'm getting the lingo. You know what I'm saying? This is big lingo talk right here that he's talking about.
And people just drop these in that box?
No, they put them up right on the subway wall. I
Okay.
think. Do you guys have a picture of the with the black notes? I think I might have sent it.
I don't know if we got the black one. Do we have? No, we don't think we have the black one. But
all good.
That was the one you just did yesterday, right?
Yeah, if you, I think there's a picture. Hashtag
this shit is
sticky note
foul,
secrets.
son.
Yeah,
So-
I picked out some Subway Creatures related notes.
Yeah,
They
I'd
were
say
the
so.
funniest,
Looking
for
at
sure.
these, I'd say so.
Wow.
So yesterday, you said each time you go out, you ask a question.
Yeah.
This time, it was tell me a secret.
Yeah, I didn't even write "tell me a secret." I just wrote hashtag sticky note secrets on the subway wall, and then I like to let people figure it out because I think a lot of projects that people do in public are made to like tell people what to think or tell people what to do, and they're super explicit about it. And I want to do stuff that's more ambiguous because I think New Yorkers are smart and they can figure it out, and it's more fun for them anyway.
Wow, these are wild.
I would love to read a couple of these. So, Petey, you seem to have maybe the best ones. Do you want to get us started?
I don't know if they're the best ones, but like the first one I read said, "I fucked over 100 New York bitches, no cap." That was the lingo I was talking about. And I'm 22 years old. So he said, no cap for the listeners, not in the know. No cap is the lingo.
He didn't wear a hat.
No. No cap means I'm not lying. Like I'm not fucking around.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I thought no cap was like no
No
helmet.
No.
Yeah,
no,
me too.
No cap means I'm not bullshitting. That's the new lingo.
Oh, really?
in the
Oh,
streets.
okay.
Yeah. But hold on.
Interesting.
After this.
So that one.
Hold on, but after this.
I know. I gotta
hold on,
tell
but
you
after this.
that one was written first.
Right. No.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know.
Oh, wait, you
Here we
know.
go. I got it fast.
All right, you got it. All right.
All right, so again, I fucked over 100 New York bitches, no cap, and I'm 22 years old. Second one, right after that one, I fucked over 100 New York niggas, no cap, and I'm 12. So right here, we got the fucking predator and the prey. You know what I'm saying? Hanging out together. We just solved the fucking crime.
That's got to be a lie, but
This is a
the
crime.
second one.
But the 12?
12, probably not 12.
All right. I'll
That's
read
crazy.
No
I'll
cap,
read one and
though.
then
No
Kim, you
cap.
want-
He said no cap. Or
No
she
cap.
said no
All
cap.
right, we gotta believe him. No cap.
No cap, son.
All right. Let
These
me
are
see.
pretty.
Yeah, the
This
black
one-
and whites.
This one's a little
Awesome.
little disturbing. I had a really, really good sex dream about my dad.
Whoa.
People have a lot of secrets, you know.
That's
I had literally
That's
had a
heavy.
dream
That's
my mom was
heavy.
trying to hook up with me one time. She was like hitting on me, and I kept being like, "Why are you doing that?" And
But you
now
would
my
never
secret's
put it on
out.
the post-it.
there you go.
And that's
was
my
about to say-
secret about that.
Yo, you would never put it on the post-it, but now it's on the podcast.
Yeah, she
on
was
the
like hitting on me,
podcast.
and the next day when I looked at her, I felt weird. I like didn't want to talk to her because she was hitting on me the night before.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
It's weird.
wow. Petey,
anyways.
you're up.
Oh, okay, let me see. I slept with my cousin husband.
Whoa.
And by the way, this person's from the hood, by the way. Because of the lingo. Again, you got to pick up on the lingo.
Yeah, because don't add an S.
I slept with my cousin husband. That's what it says. I slept with my cousin husband.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
They're
real
very
shit.
New York. You
That's
can
real.
tell.
That's very,
Was that the
very-
end of the secret?
They're diverse.
That's
Yeah,
not bad.
I slept with my
That's it.
cousin husband. What and what?
You don't think that's bad?
She don't fuck with her cousin
No, it's terrible. It sounded like there was going to be more.
or he. It could be a dude too. So
It could be a
could
dude.
be.
Probably is.
y'all slept with my cousin husband and he liked it.
Rick, what about you?
This one's interesting. In order to orgasm during sex, I've always had to fantasize about other people having the filthiest sex you can possibly imagine. The fantasy never involves me.
That sounds normal as fuck. Dude.
I know.
Yeah, it sounds
Like
a little
everybody
dirty,
does
but
that. Who don't fantasize about some other
Who
filthy shit?
fantasizes? Yeah.
you
Who
say-
doesn't?
I
mean,
guess they mean while they're fucking?
yeah, I think they have
That's
to think
what
about.
he talking
I think
about.
they,
He talking about.
they have to think about somebody else when they're
Oh,
doing
like
it.
every time.
Yeah.
You have to think about literally
That's
anybody.
unfortunate.
That's what it
themselves.
sounds like to me. Yeah,
Oh yeah, that is kind of.
I mean, whatever.
that sounds like
It's
a lot
not
of work.
crazy.
that's
like a lot
not
of
crazy.
work.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't sound
It's
like
not crazy. It just sounds like a lot of work.
They should just be doing it with somebody else that they like better.
People fall into those ruts.
Yeah.
But that's just like saying, yo, you watch porn while you fucking somebody. There's two people fucking that's not you,
Yeah, that's true.
and you just like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
I used to do that shit.
But they probably don't. Whoever they're fucking doesn't know that.
Yeah, because you do it while they there. You like, yo, we
Kim,
gonna
you
throw
got a
this
lot.
porno right here while we do this.
What?
You got a lot. I didn't realize how many you had.
I just have a
Any
fucking
winner?
table full of secrets in front of me.
Any winners in there?
Oh yeah, there's a few winners. This one,
Why don't you read a couple since you have so many?
Okay. I like this one. It's kind of interesting. The other day, in a phenomenal session of fuckery, I had, wait for it, that's what it says, 45 delicious orgasms in a course of 3 hours. What?
Wow.
What?
How is that possible?
Because you come quick. There's different
just
people.
seems
Everybody.
like-
45.
Look,
45
everybody don't
seems
come
like a
the
lot.
same way.
Sounds
Everybody,
exhausting.
especially
Yeah,
with
sounds
women.
exhausting.
Women be having the multiples. She might have had 3 hours. Is a lot of multiples.
Can you imagine though, Petey? 45?
I could.
45 seems like a stretch of the truth.
Do you just sleep for like a week after that?
I don't know. I
You
could
look
see.
like a
You
great.
get the fucking
know,
IV.
shriveled.
You get the IV drip after that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Oh, my
mean,
Lord.
You do a float. one
I
of those
can't
float
even
tank
do that
sessions.
alone.
You gotta do a float tank session after that.
Yeah, what do they call this?
Then you drown.
And I'm the best at doing
You to
it.
drown in the
You
float tank.
You get plugged into an IV.
Drip that.
All right, so another one. I really don't know what the fuck gluten is, but I'm fully gluten free.
I think that's most people that don't eat gluten.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Cause I be shitting all the time whenever I eat gluten.
One time I ate an acorn for $11.
That's one of my favorites.
I love this one. One time I ate a pig's eye for $14.
For 14?
14.
My 14
I
probably
said
do
it.
it for
I said it on
number.
the last podcast, my Broad Topics podcast. Alex is gonna love this. It was like only $14, and it was really nasty because you could like it was like squishy. Then you could taste like this bone in the eye. And she's like, "You did it for $14." I was like, "Yeah, but it was $14 worth of attention." You know,
That shit
like,
probably gave
everybody
you-
was watching.
That shit probably gave you some old different type of strength on top of the Puerto Rican strength that you got.
Yeah, I can't get AIDS now.
Yeah, pork eye. You gotta eat pork eye.
I got one more here.
Okay.
I'm dying to fuck the married man I nanny for, but I know he's not had sex in months.
That's a weird place to put butt,
Yeah.
It is.
right?
It is.
I mean,
She made it sound like that's the reason he won't.
she's not a grammar teacher.
Yeah, she's like, I really want to fuck this guy, but he's just so horny.
That one just
It's
seems
weird.
so like genuine. That woman, has been dying to get that off her chest.
That's
Assuming it is.
such a stereotype, though. And you don't
Yeah.
think, you're like, yeah, it's in the movies. There's like some nanny trying to get at the husband or whatever, and the wife's super salty about it. But apparently it's a real thing.
Oh yeah, dude.
You know,
You see
like
these
nannies
celebrities all
are,
the time,
you know.
man.
Yeah, you seen Schwarzenegger.
Oh my god, but you saw
Fuck
that?
the nanny.
There's this movie,
Sometimes you just want to get your freak off, yo.
Yeah, who's
Freak Off. Ew.
freak it off sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
There's a long list of,
There
of
is-
guys who've banged up the nanny, and it always comes out. Didn't Ben Affleck hook up with his nanny?
Who hasn't hooked up with their
think so.
nanny?
But that's my point. It's like it's not just a movie thing. That shit's real.
Well, there is a really good movie called The Babysitters. I don't know if anyone's seen it. It's fucked up. Has anyone seen The Babysitters?
that's a
Oh
throwback.
my god, dude! It's just one girl in her high school. She's like 15. She starts nannying. She starts hooking up with the dad, right? And like starts fucking the dad, and the dad like pays her to keep her quiet. So this girl starts pimping out her other classmates to the dad's friends, and they all start nannying
Jesus
their kids,
Christ.
and it becomes like this pimped out prostitution cult of high schoolers and children's fathers.
Oh my god.
You know that shit's based on a true story.
It was really good.
Somewhere
Yeah,
down
it's like
south.
Some real
They
shit.
show all
down
these like
south.
15-year-olds fucking boobs.
Yep.
It was
Pussy
wild.
popping on a handstand.
Reminds me of that movie Kids. That fucked up movie from New York.
Yeah,
New
but
York
they was
City
just
Kids.
doing
Oh.
it for the thrill. For the thrill. Yo, hold on. Yo, this one right here though. 4 baby mothers solo. That's all it says, and he drew a face too. Like it's like
You can definitely tell the demographic that was writing a lot of these notes.
4 baby mothers solo. Like you would have them with somebody like
Yeah.
joint custody baby mothers. Me and you. Me and Rick got like 4 baby mothers together.
A guy in high
Samari
school
shit.
used to bully me, so I fucked his sister.
That's pretty gangster.
That's a good
Yeah.
one.
It's pretty sweet.
One.
It's this,
Yeah.
this revenge. It's good.
Yeah, I like the revenge ones. That one was good. So of course, last night I had to, knowing that you were coming on, I had to ask the followers for Subway Creatures.
Ah.
Not necessarily secrets, but I just kind of said, if you could write something on the wall, you write anything on the wall, what would you write? I was very surprised. There was over, at least when I checked this morning, over 800 responses.
That's a lot of notes.
That's a lot to go through. So I had to go through and just pick out some of the good ones. Because, obviously you're going to get a lot of people that are talking about subway etiquette. Like, take your backpack off, use deodorant, when you're traveling on the train. There's a lot of people talking about politics. There were some people giving advice, So, but then there were some of the funny ones that I was like, oh, this is more of what I was expecting,
Yeah.
So there was one guy who was like, I don't know who it was. I don't want to out any of these people, but I suck toes was one of them.
That's not bad.
Pee is stored in the balls.
True.
It's the same guy.
As long as you have a face, I have a place to sit.
True.
Yeah. Some guy was just like, make Jackson Heights an express stop for fuck's sake.
Not sure.
I kind of like that one just because they were legit angry about their train. I just watched a guy jerk off and wipe his cum on the poles.
Oh, no.
Fiery, son. That
Yeah,
nigga don't
and then
give a
there was
fuck.
just
He needs
this.
to report it so he can clean it.
Yeah, I mean, well, you just have to assume that there's cum.
The
in everything.
hands are gonna clean it throughout
Yeah.
the day. That's 2 stops.
Throughout-
It's clean.
Two
like
stops is
spread out over
clean.
many.
Ew.
Again, son.
2 stops is clean. Ew.
Oh, no.
Nobody knows.
Two rush hour stops, and that pole is clean.
They don't even know. That's
2
the-
rush hour stops and 3 5-year-olds.
Yeah, with
And
the
that
tongue.
pole is clean.
That's the
Have you
metro-
ever seen a kid? They just suck on the poles.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's-
ain't seen him suck one. I've seen him lick it. It's
Yeah,
kind of hard to
li-
suck it without the open end, but I've seen them lick on
I
the pole.
don't know
They
how
turn their
parents
Oh, actually, yeah.
can let their kids rest their head on the pole.
Oh, I know.
No.
That's how I grew up, yo, kissing the window, man. Looking out the window, you get on the seat and you put your knees on the seat and you look
Sure.
like this out the window
Oh,
and
yeah.
you be like, give a fuck. You know how many people's heads that is? Dandruff, grease. And it was in the Bronx, so it's like wave grease. It's different. Pomade.
You put your lips on it, it just slides.
Fucking train stops, you like, ooh.
Oh my god.
The other day I was getting on the train. I don't remember who was with me. Somebody was, but there was this really beautiful, resting bitch face looking girl. She was just like giving like she was modeling, like her
little
eyebrows
girl?
were all like that. And someone on the outside of the window had previously written cunt.
No.
But
my
she
God.
couldn't see it.
This is art. This is art right here.
It happened too fast. It as soon as I saw it, I pulled out my phone and she was gone. It was the perfect moment.
crazy.
It sounds like art. Like it's just one of those. Hopefully, someone who looks like a cunt's gonna sit under this, and that sounds like
was perfect.
exactly what happened.
Yeah.
All right, Matthew. So what is next? Like what is how are you taking this to the next level, if at all? I mean,
So-
do you do this as like a job now, or
So I've been enjoying, getting a book deal and stuff like that. But as of right now, I'm not making any money on most of the stuff I'm doing. Mostly it's just gigs that I'll get. People will invite me out to do some sort of sticky note project. Like I'm going to Texas to do a project for the Holocaust Museum in Houston, Texas, through Rice University. I have a really great connection there. But, in terms of what's next, I love the secret direction. It's actually how I started the project. And I go around New York with this sign that says Secret Keeper, and I have a little book of secrets. And so this sort of marries 2 projects that I do because I'm really interested in the secret thing. I just met a researcher from Columbia that does research on secrets and how they
Whoa.
affect you. And
God, we got to get him on the show?
well,
Jesus.
you can have like physical ailments that are related to your body having emotional stress, and a secret, if you can imagine, is like stored somewhere.
Yeah.
And then your body's trying to keep it inside,
Trying
and
to keep it a
then
secret.
like you have all these fucked up health problems related to it.
Wow.
And there's like this research. I was reading something that he did, and he was saying that people that have a big secret are like 19% worse at spatial awareness. Like they
This is
misjudge
explaining so much
how far
about me
away
right now.
a mountain is.
Yeah.
They like are worse at it than people that don't have a big secret.
And this is because of what they're holding inside.
yeah, this guy's done all this research. I'm really excited to work with him.
Maybe that's why
actually.
people be snitching on the first 48 just because they want to feel
He's
better.
the kind of kid. They're like,
They're getting a cold.
Yeah, it's not even
Yeah.
about like, getting less time. It's like, yo, I just need to get my distance right if I tell on you.
yeah.
Well,
Tell on
to-
who did it.
to go off of that, you did something recently, correct? It wasn't sticky notes this time though.
Yeah, so I do some stuff with telephones. I did a project called Secret Telephone. And I'm actually trying to do a project with telephones in New York. If anybody listening to this wants to help me make it happen, that's great. I want to have a set of telephones that are interconnected so that people can call each other. Like somebody in Union Square can pick up a phone and then call somebody at Times Square, and then all these people can be having conversations.
Actually, that's a great idea.
Because
Have you approached the MTA about this yet?
I talked to somebody at the MTA, and I've been figuring out like who I can partner with to do it. Because I just think it would be really fun, and we kind of live in this weird world where we're super connected, but then everybody's fucked up to each other online, and it's really like a divisive time for people. Right. So I think there's something about having a handset in your hand, and I don't know if you guys remember that. Kim, I'm not sure if you were born yet when
I had
people
a
were using
handset.
it.
Yeah, I had the clear phone.
You had the clear phone?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know,
you could see through.
You have stuff like that that I think physically ties you to somebody that you're talking to. And I think it would be really fun to do a project like that in New York.
That's awesome.
Sounds like it. Herald Square has something similar right now where they have these two poles on opposite sides of the platforms. And if you touch it, it lights up on the other side.
Yeah.
And people can like touch the lights and, you know, make whatever it is. It was
Whatever
like
that technology is. We need it for the phones.
Yeah.
That's
I feel like all this is getting us ready for like Armageddon.
Yeah, it is
let
kind of
other
weird.
people know on the other side that you alive. It's like, yo, I know I can't see you, but boop. You're like, yo, call me. How do I call? Who calls anymore? Nobody
True.
calls.
Well, we actually have a couple of the calls from this project you did.
Yeah,
right?
so I set up a telephone in Union Square and in other places on a little phone stand, and then I have a sign that says "Share a Secret." So that's a project that I'm doing right now. It's secrettelephone.com,
and people were calling in, and it's basically just a machine answering it.
Yeah, people can call 731-393-9939 and share a secret if they want to do that. Or it's a physical telephone that has a little computer in it that records people picking it up and sharing their secrets.
That's cool.
So do you want to listen to a couple of these?
Yeah, I'm down to listen to a couple.
Let's do
I think we only have a couple, but I think it's worth listening to.
I make sweaters for snakes, and I really don't like snakes. It's not a good profession to go into. I think that I am slowly killing more snakes every day.
She makes sweaters for snakes.
Yeah, it's I can't.
That
make
is
it
so
up,
specific that I think this woman's going to get outed by that voice recording.
Maybe, I don't know. I think
So she make open-ended condoms.
yeah, maybe that's what she makes.
She just cuts the tip of the
She's like,
condom
"Yo,"
off.
and I know I'm killing the snakes because she know that's raw diggity. She probably make a little hole,
Wait.
cut a little hole.
What does she mean by she's killing them, though?
Because I guess when you
STDs, you know how STDs work.
putting a sweater
Do
on a
I?
snake? I don't know.
I don't know why she
go
thinks
to the
she's killing the
gyno.
snakes, though. It's super weird.
Yeah.
It's like not everybody is like a NPR producer where what they're saying is like going to be
Well,
real
also,
good
when
for
was the last time
audio.
you saw a snake wearing a sweater? I've never seen that.
I've
ever.
never
a
seen
snake
it.
can't even walk in a
But
sweater.
when they shed their skin, that's like a sweater.
Snetter.
Schnetter.
All right, I think we have a couple more. Let's hear one more.
Welcome to Secret Telephone. Share
That's
a
the
secret
recording.
after the beep.
Oh, I like that.
My ball sack is enormous.
Oh, and that's it.
That's
I
it.
mean, how that's a secret? If your ball sack's enormous, everybody can see it through your pants.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a secret. Somebody knows that.
It's not- see, he just wanted someone to know that.
What's the? I think we may have one or two more. Let's.
I
Hear,
like this.
Let's hear one more.
No, you know, I was actually, the reason I stopped is because the last week or so, I've been thinking about committing myself. Not to a mental institution. Not because I think I'm crazy, but I think society is going so fucking crazy that for me to be, I think if you're too compassionate and you care too much, that you become crazy. You become a crazy person because the world's just not compassionate.
Wow.
People have a lot to
put a lot
say.
of thought into that one. Yeah.
So that one was at I'll go out and I'll set up a station with a microphone, and people can sit down and they can either tell me a secret or they can say it into the microphone. So that was one of those from the Secret Keeper experience.
Wow.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You guys have one more? One more. We got one more.
Welcome to Secret Telephone. Share a secret after the beep.
Hello, this is Spider-Man. What's this about? Cause like I just randomly found this phone, I'm just curious to find what's it all about. So yeah, I guess that's my secret. Toodles.
I'm Spider-Man Toodles.
So this guy
Definitely how Spider-Man
Spider-Man
says.
Toodles.
So the only reason I know who this guy is because I'll set up the telephone, then I'll like go sit somewhere else to make sure nobody takes it. And this guy was wearing jean shorts and a Spider-Man costume, like a full on.
Sounds like a never nude.
Like the whole thing, and he was super weird.
He was literally
So
Spider-Man.
he was on the phone in a Spider-Man costume.
He was on the phone in a Spider-Man costume.
Wow.
Saying that.
Trying to figure out
in
if this
Union
was a
Square.
crime. Trying to figure out, who's
Hey, I'm just
behind
making
this?
sure everything's okay. It's Spider-Man. All right, Toodles.
Who's behind this kingpin?
Toodles.
Imagine if you'd have been like, who's
Toodles.
behind this kingpin?
All right. So I want to give you a chance now to plug whatever it is you got coming up. You want to talk about the book real quick?
Yeah.
Take this opportunity now.
So if people want to check me out online, you can find me at Subway Therapy on Instagram and on Facebook. You can go to subwaytherapy.com to see a big archive of the notes and to see where I'm going to be next. If you want to look at more of the secret stuff, I'm going to be posting it at Subway Therapy, but I'm also going to be posting it at New York Secret Keeper, which is probably where I'll post some of the more adult content for the secret project.
That premium account?
That's the stuff
premium.
we want.
You guys have the premium account.
That's the stuff we want to see, man.
So then my first book, Signs of Hope, Messages from Subway Therapy, you can find it on Amazon and other places where they sell books. They have it in some bookstores in New York. And then my second book is Art in Action. And that book is a project book for young kids so that they can do participatory art at home, at school, and out in public. Because I think young people have a lot more power than they
Absolutely,
think they have.
man. And Kim said this before, and I agree. There's potential for a television show here as well. Somehow,
Sure.
in some form, in some way.
Definitely.
Hearing people, little therapy sessions in the subway, that'd be awesome.
Nobody don't care about people in New York.
You'd be surprised if what is it called?
Tell that to the people in Wisconsin.
Tell that to humans of New York that's out here winning Emmy awards for their shit.
Yeah, I care about people in New York.
No, I didn't mean like you guys. I meant like the average attitude in New York City is like, the fuck out my way, son.
That's
Yeah.
why. That's why.
You know what I'm
That's why I
Yeah.
need the subway therapist around.
True.
You
Always
be
need a
around for
therapist.
everybody.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure we're going to have you back on at some point because it sounds like there's a lot still in the works and
Sure.
a lot of stuff coming up. So I can't wait to kind of revisit and see what's next for you.
Sounds good to me.
So thank you again. We got plenty of show coming up right after this. All right. So Subway Therapy. That's awesome. Matt's definitely got something there. He's got something brewing.
I'm
Something
down for the
that's-
secrets.
Who would have
Yeah.
thought, Post-its this whole time?
Who knew?
Who knew?
I know I mentioned it during the interview, but when we have him on again, when we see where he's at down the road, there's going to be a lot to talk about, I'm sure. And I really liked reading some of those Post-its. So we may have to have people call in and tell us secrets on the phone. We'll just have random people call in. I think
We should have people calling for multiple
For
things.
real. And then we should,
absolutely.
There's so many things I want to know.
putting voices with some of those Post-its.
Hell yeah. And
I
then
know
we
you
should-
were reading some, and I was like, that is absolutely how I hear that.
and then we could like trace them. You know what I'm saying? We tell them it's confidential. Then we'd be like, gotcha, bitch. And then
Gotcha,
we fucking-
Cindy at 855
Yeah.
Northwest 3rd Street.
Instagram handle, freaky ass Cindy.
I'm telling you, the woman who puts sweaters on snakes is so specific. There's no way that
I'm going to find her today.
you could probably Google that right now and we can
No,
find
I'm
her.
just kidding.
Kim, I want to get into your segment here.
Oh, my God.
What pissed off who this week?
Oh, man. Nobody's going to like this. This really might be the end of our podcast.
What do you? You know what? I have a feeling I know where you're going with this. So just say it.
All right. So the Notre Dame Cathedral Church is burning, and I couldn't give less of a fuck. I'm sorry. I don't care.
Do you know that when I heard that news, that was yesterday, as of this podcast, when I heard that news, the first thing I thought of was not, that's history burning. It's not, oh my God, I hope no one's inside. The first thing I thought of was, Kim is watching this right now, hating every minute
I
of
mean, it's just like, did anyone die? No. Then who cares?
What about Rudy, son?
Dude.
That's the first thing I'm thinking about. Like, yo, what about my man? How did Rudiger feel?
I don't even know what that means.
Rudiger?
I don't know who that is.
Rudy. You never seen Rudy?
No.
Oh,
was he
man,
in there at the time?
But he was in there spiritually.
No, but here's breaking news. It happened in Paris.
Oh, that wasn't like right there?
No.
I thought that was right here. I thought that was wherever Notre Dame is in America.
No, it wasn't Notre Dame University. It wasn't the University of Notre Dame. It was.
Oh, okay.
It was the Notre
I
Dame
see what was happening.
Cathedral.
It wasn't making sense for a little bit.
I wanted to let Petey go a little bit though, because that was fun to listen to him.
Rudy
You fucking idiot.
All the errors. I didn't know they fucking bite in our churches.
See, even less to care about. It's not even here.
True.
It's in Paris. It's happening. I get it. It's history.
Not St.
It's
Patrick's
art.
Cathedral. That's different.
No, they would never let that
I would
burn
feel
down.
bad. I would be like, chill, son. We need that.
Honestly, any building can burn down with no one in it, and I just don't really. I mean, what do you want me to say here?
Nah,
What do you want me to say? Even if I was on vacation in Paris, I wouldn't go visit.
Well, you know what did it for me was obviously, they had live coverage of this. You're watching this church just burn.
Yeah.
And then there were massive crowds around it.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone obviously, filming but then you watched the spire, that big tower part, start to fall over, and you just hear everyone start to scream and cry. And I'm like, what the fuck did you think was gonna happen? You're watching this thing burn.
Yeah.
What did you think was gonna happen?
Oh no, it's not reconstructioning.
No, miracles be if it started raining and they'd be like, yo, Jesus Christ himself is fucking
Cried it out. He cried it out.
Well, no, you knew that was going to happen because now they were talking about it this morning. I guess on the inside there was a cross that was like untouched that was sitting there, and of course, now you got all the believers like, oh my god,
It's still there.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like Excalibur's sword. Oh yeah, that's fire.
No, I guess
The priest is the only thing that didn't burn. I'm like, this is not a good sign.
Yeah, they are going to be able
in
to.
there.
They are going to be able to rebuild it. I guess the structure actually remained. It's just the roof and the big tower.
I mean, the
that's
fucking
Funzo.
drama
Well-
around it is like the people singing in the streets. It's like too
There
much.
were people crying. Like
I
this
can't.
is. I listen. I understand where you're coming from.
I'm sorry, and I know there's people listening to this and they're very offended by what I'm saying, but it's like, you really look deep in yourself right now. While you're listening to this and while you're mad at me probably and following me on social media, look deep inside of yourself and ask yourself, how much of a fuck do you really care?
Kim, I'm telling you right now,
Honestly.
anyone listening to this podcast was not crying when the fucking church burned down.
I hope not.
People don't care.
No.
You know what people care about? BTS.
Oh, is that the Korean K-pop band?
I seen them on Saturday.
Wait,
Do you like
No,
wait,
K-pop?
what the fuck is BTS?
It's a fucking.
K-pop.
Is that what it's called?
What it,
Yo,
It's
but
like,
get this, Rick.
boy bands, Korean boy
oh
bands.
my god!
But
what,
get
what do you
this.
mean you saw them?
Hold on, but get this. Hold on, but get this. They sing in Korean
Wait, no one can even understand them,
in America.
and that's some Duhast shit.
But then the fans are how the fuck do you with the fans and you don't even know what you say? Yo,
I mean, bro, I remember doing that with Duhast. You remember Duhast? That song Duhast? That fucking that. Duhast. And it's like Duhast smash.
Yeah.
And, like, I didn't know what the fuck they were saying, but I listened to it and I was blasting that shit. Not a word I understood.
Yeah, I like that song by fucking black woman, Ceci Bone, Wolf of Wall Street,
how's it sound?
Ellie, what's her name? Ella,
What is
black
she?
woman.
How's it sound though?
Ceci Bone.
But you gotta understand, this is 7 Korean kids like, and they got the dance moves. They got like,
I literally
It's crazy
sing along to the words of Ceci Bone, and I don't know it.
that's a sexy song though. This shit is not sexy.
Yeah, this is like.
Yeah, a little
That
more
was really,
basic.
really fucked up. Whoa, I just lost my whole career in that last 4 seconds.
Oh, yeah. You're
I'm
never
just saying
working
how
in
it
Korea.
sounded was like.
Wait, so what do you mean you went to go? You paid a ticket for a ticket?
No. I just went to because they were at SNL, so I went to go see it there.
Oh.
And then but the fact that it was so crazy, I was like, let me see what these kids is about. And I didn't know they didn't speak English, and I'm like, I gotta get my life together. I'm speaking English and I can't even get fans. This motherfucker's got.
Oh yeah, play it. Can you turn it up?
Got that Ewing jersey.
I kind of like it. I kind of like it. I like when they're like, "Dong dong day, ding ding ding, a dong dong day, a ding ding ding." Sort of whoa, sort of whoa,
Sailor Moon,
sort of fool. Ding ding dong ding dong 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 ding ding dong dong ding ding ding.
Based off of what I heard, you guys should be signing a deal right now.
Got this.
Because I don't fucking see a difference.
Mad fans.
Wow.
All right, so that's insane. I'm sure there was people waiting outside SNL like going nuts.
Dude, it was fucking like they said that was like the biggest thing since I don't know who the fuck.
Sliced bread.
One Direction. Is that the kids?
Oh yeah, One Direction.
But it was like little shorties, you know what I'm saying? Little girls and shit, you know what I'm saying? But you know the Dawn had to check out, see what these young dudes is doing. I might gotta pick up some game from the Korean dudes.
Wow.
I might dye my hair
I have
though.
no idea what Petey just said at all.
I might dye my hair is what I'm saying.
Something about a dawn.
Yeah, Macadamian Dawn.
Oh.
I gave myself that name last week.
Oh, okay. It was a name.
Yeah, Dawn Macadamian.
Okay.
To be exact. Yeah.
Got it.
Doing this all over again.
Got it. I'm back.
What?
Oh, man.
What I miss?
Where I been?
Sorry.
I blacked out. All right, let's get into a clip of the week.
All right.
Next up, Subway Creatures, clip of the week.
All right, Kim.
All right.
Petey, I think you were there too. We were talking about what the nastiest thing people were eating on the train was.
Oh my
Pussy.
God.
So that was on. But remember, you were trying to figure. Did you ever figure out what it was that you were thinking?
What?
Remember we were talking about, you were like, we watched a clip of someone eating some on the train and it was so bad, it was so nasty, but you couldn't think of what it was.
Do you remember what it was?
I don't remember.
Was it plucking the chicken when the lady was
No.
plucking?
That's pretty gangster.
no, but that's a funny answer. No, it wasn't that. It was like something. I specifically remember it was something cold that shouldn't have been eaten cold or raw, and it was like raw, like frozen peas or something. Like she was just snacking on something. How can we not remember, and why is it so bothersome?
Because the clip we're going to show for the clip of the week is relevant to this. Guys,
Okay.
let's play it real
Let's
quick.
see it. Oh, that's not a good one to eat on the train.
She got crab debris on her lips.
Yo,
Oh, and she's spitting it out with her tongue, the bones.
she's eating crab on the train out of a plastic bag.
Because sometimes you gotta eat. There's probably people back at her apartment that she didn't have crab legs for, so she like, I gotta kill this before I get off at Broadway Junction. Make sure I eat all the crabs.
Do you know this woman?
No, but I know the way of life.
He's like, yeah, she owes me crabs.
I know that way of life. I've been
know
there.
the way of life.
I've been there.
Oh my god.
So imagine what that smells like though on that train.
Terrible.
Oh yeah, no butter either. She's just eating it without butter.
We don't know, but
No, that's no butter. She's
doing some
cracking
work.
and eating. She's not
doing
dipping.
some work,
I didn't
but
see
you're
a
right.
dip after the crack. That's
But-
not how you eat crab legs. First of all, her fingers aren't. Your fingers have to bleed if you're eating crab legs the right way.
That shit reminded me of the fucking from last week when the woman was fucking popping the pimple on the dude.
Oh, right, yeah.
She probably went and ate crabs right after. It's probably the same shorty.
That was from our bonus content.
That
so
might be the same shorty.
The only people who saw that were the ones who subscribed.
Oh,
Get that
hell
premium.
yeah.
Get that premium.
Got to get the premium.
Guys,
so you understand
hit us
our
up for our
references.
premium account.
There you go.
Hit us up for our premium account for all the extra content.
Listen. You heard how she did that? Content. Yeah.
Sign up for our premium account for all the extra content.
Content. Yo, that's crazy though. What was
That's like making a promise, but not doing
only that, but her digits are touching everything on the train, covered in crab. It's just that's possibly the worst one that I've seen yet of food on the train.
Can I tell you that it very much reminds me of a time growing up in my life when my mom and my aunt, we all wanted all you can eat lobster for dinner, but we couldn't afford it. We were like really poor growing up. So my mom and my aunt went, and they just stuffed lobsters into their purses, like 5 or 6,
Alive
7 of
or-
them. No, like freshly cooked, and then drove
okay.
like 10 minutes home. And then we already had like potatoes and corn cooked. And then they just took the lobster out of their purses and we all ate.
Yo, that's where you get your smarts from.
Yeah.
Fucking genius,
Yeah.
yo. Were their purses lined?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, you put that. They're fucking geniuses.
I need to make it to a Congdon family
Festival?
get-together.
Oh, yeah.
But they
'Cause
got to get the
between-
lobsters from the other place.
Between the lobsters and the ink and her nipple licked.
Yep. It's
There
a wild
is-
time.
this
And that's the
sounds
same
like a
aunt that stole
wild-
lobster.
Yeah.
Of course.
It sounds fun. And in that Florida heat, all in the Florida heat.
Yep.
That shit make you think things is like, okay, that's not.
That's what I'm saying.
Florida heat. You be like, yes, everybody does this.
It's fine.
Everybody does this.
Everything's fine.
You'll be fine.
Yo, that aunt's cool as fuck, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's wild.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying I want to hear more stories. We might have to get her.
That's
on the
someone
phone
you
at
want to
some
get
point.
fucked up with.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you want to get fucked up with that aunt.
You don't even need to. I mean, you could get fucked up, but she'll just be herself.
True.
And you're gonna have a trip.
Every time we get fucked up together, she always asks me if my boyfriend's good at going down on me, and it's too much.
She sounds amazing.
Like, she's always like, Puerto Rican men, they can do it, right? They eat that shit. And I'm like, you're like a mother to me, so I'm going to walk away.
They eat that shit.
Oh, my God. All right, let's do some shameless plugging here.
Okay.
Kim, get us started.
Oh my God, you guys. Follow me on Twitter at Kimberly Congdon. Follow me on Instagram at Kim Congdon. Check out my other podcast, Broad Topics, TOPIX. That's on iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, anywhere you find podcasts. I will be in San Antonio on April 19th. I'll be in San Antonio this Friday night. I'm taping for HBO. I can finally announce it. So please, I have a guest list. I have no friends in San Antonio, so I would love for you guys to come out and support me. Hit me up for guest lists on Instagram or on Twitter, and I'll get you in for free. It'll be a fun time. I'll be in LA the week of 4/20, so come check me out. I'll be hosting or judging the Comedy Store Roast Battle on Tuesday night. So, yeah.
Fire. Fiery.
That was a lot.
Yeah, I was like,
lot going on.
It was a mouthful.
God, I hope you have time for us.
I don't. I am quitting. This is my announcement. I have to go.
Well, Alex, get ready.
Oh, you fucker.
That's crazy. How do you follow that?
I don't know, Petey. What do you got, though?
I was just going to say, yo, follow my Instagram. Follow Instagram, yo, PD's jokes.
I know you got some shit
Shut up.
coming up.
I
Bro,
got.
Petey's got his fucking
Petey's
credits.
got
He's
some
been
shit coming
seen on
up.
shit. He's one of the funniest people out there right now.
I'll be in Boston on what's that? On the 18th. I was gonna be in DC, but then I had some other shit came up, and it has nothing to do with comedy, so I don't need to promote that.
Nah, don't tell us about that.
Every Wednesday though, you could catch me at Better Days, man. 302 Broome Street. I'm there every fucking Wednesday. Last Wednesday of the month, we're doing karaoke now.
Whoa.
So that's fucking
I'm coming to that.
bananas, yo.
I'm coming to that.
What's your go-to?
I don't even get down with it, but then once I've been studying now.
So
Oh,
what are
shit.
you thinking? Like, what are you leaning towards?
I want to do something like riveting. Like I want to do like Patti LaBelle,
Ooh.
you know, on my own or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, something that sounds like something everyone will fucking be able to get in on. Everyone's
Right.
like, oh shit, I know the words.
But I don't really know
Everyone
how
gets
to
in?
read that fast. So sometimes I feel like, damn, you know, you try to do the karaoke, but you're like, damn, I'm trying to read this shit.
You're gonna
and-
have to know the song, man. You're just gonna have to know the
Oh,
song.
that's so fucking funny.
That's hilarious.
Just saying. But yeah, PD's jokes. Follow me on the gram. Update my shit regularly. So yeah.
Awesome, man. As we say every week, you can get a 14-day free trial using promo code Subway on the gasdigitalnetwork.com. You'll be able to get all of our bonus content. That's the not safe for work stuff that we aren't allowed to post on social media that we save just for our followers on gasdigitalnetwork.com. So again, that is promo code Subway on gasdigitalnetwork.com. Also, check out the new Instagram page where we're going to be showing highlights and extra bonus content on that as well. That's Subway Creatures Pod, and that's on Instagram. Guys, this was a lot of fun. This
Really
episode.
fun. Good shit.
You know, we'll have to do it all over again next week, and I look forward to it. Until then, thank you, Matthew Chavez, for stopping by,
Heck yeah.
and we'll see you next week.
Bye.